Great customer service increases spending. That's a thought many businesses uphold, hoping to maintain a steady inflow of customers and excellent brand recognition. On today's show, top recipients of the Public Sector Customer Service Awards. Plus, we continue to highlight public sector bodies. We put the National Land Agency in the spotlight. Hi, I'm Adrian Atkinson, and this is Jamaica Magazine. Stay with us and know your state entities.
Mr. Shirley, me get the invitation to America. What?
You know a passport?
A passport is one of the most important forms of...
Here at PICA, we believe in excellent customer service. So when we wanted our customers to know about us, we approached the GIS and they delivered, and we got excellent value for money. And so we encourage you to go to the GIS, a one-stop shop for media services. They have print, radio, television, and so much more.
The National Health Fund and the Administrator General's Department were named joint winners of the Prime Minister's Trophy for the Best Customer Service Entity in the recent Public Sector Customer Service Competition. The Health Fund copped the award in the multiple location category, while the Administrator General's Department was adjudged as having the best single location. Next, we get answers on why these two agencies are the best in customer service.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. Today we will look at the quality of customer service in the public sector. We have two winners of the recently concluded Public Sector Customer Service competition. The Administrator General's Department and the National Health Fund emerged winners in that competition. We have with us the case attorney for the Administrator General's Department, Mrs. Karen Campbell Basco, and the CEO of the NHF, Mr. Everton Anderson. Customer service is such a critical area, and it's an area that is important to you, we know. Good to have you on the program, lady and gentlemen. Let me start with you, Mrs. Basco. The AGD is an organization that a lot of people have to deal with at crucial times. Therefore, the improvement in customer service is something that is welcome. What are some of the factors that were responsible for your winning this coveted award?
Thank you, Ian. At the Administrator General's Department, one of the major things we focus on is ensuring that we offer excellent customer service. We're sensitive to the nature of the matters that we deal with. Persons would have lost loved ones, and they now come in and they would want to be able to be put back in a position that they were by benefiting from the individual's estate who would have passed on. At AGD, we don't merely administer estates, we actually take care of families. Our estates that we administer primarily includes minors, persons under the age of 18 years. Some of our estates have persons who are 1 year old, and we take them from 1 year old up to age 18 when they become an adult for most of our cases. With these estates and with these children, we have to take care of them in terms of providing funds for maintenance from the estate. We want to ensure that they have funds to go back to school, money to take care of their daily well-being. So we do actually take care of our beneficiaries. Our customer service representatives, persons that sit at the front, and our case officers, they are mindful of the nature of the matters that they deal with. It requires confidentiality, it requires sensitivity, it requires counseling. And with that, I think that primary touch and that human touch that we've offered has allowed us to gain this award and be branded as one of the best customer service entities in the country.
Yes. Mr. Anderson, you are in a crucial area, the supply of drugs and the whole area of health promotion. What are some of the main initiatives that NHF has undertaken which would have resulted in your winning this award?
Yes, first, Ian, let me extend congratulations to our staff because I think any such award would be based on staff performance and commitment to service. I would say that our commitment to our customers would be the main reason, and a recognition that service is not a stop point but an ongoing process. The NHF is ISO certified, the 9001 2008 standard that speaks to continuous improvement. And as such, in each area of our operation, we really have strived to look at it daily, not only at head office, but wherever we go, whether it is coming to your place here to do an interview, do we have customers here? When they speak, we listen, and as such, we make adjustments. So we have made changes over the last few years. In fact, we administer the NHF and JADEP card. Previously, it would take between 7 and 10 days to get a card.
Just after application?
After application.
7 and 10 days.
We have been rolling out cards now within 15 minutes, same day
15
service.
minutes, same day?
Once you have a properly completed form, then you can get your card within 15 minutes.
The same day?
Same day service, and it's in recognition of the fact that some persons need quick access to medication. So we have been listening to our customers, and as such, I know many of those customers would have voted for the National Health Fund in this competition. In addition, our interaction with the community is heavy. At the 13 pharmacies that we operate, we would have filled about 1 million prescriptions and dispensed 3 million items, and also made service improvements based on our assessment of customer needs. We have refurbished most of our pharmacies and added more windows, and we are actively reducing the waiting time each quarter. In fact, coming April, we'll roll out a new raft of measures to really build a relationship between the pharmacist and the customer.
Critical information being given on the level of customer service in the public sector. More information to come when we come back from this break.
Businessmen and women, members of the MSMEs, no longer do you have to visit several government agencies to register a company or business name. Visit the COJ. They are willing and prepared to assist you in filling out the new business registration form, more commonly known as the Super Form.
The overwhelming response from the majority of our customers is, why did this take so long to happen? There are persons who actually waited until January 2nd to come here to do their business because they wanted to avoid going to multiple government departments.
Click on ocrjamaica.com for more details.
Welcome back. We're talking about the quality of customer service in the public sector, an important issue. And we have two persons here who are well placed to talk about that issue. I want to come back to you, Mrs. Basco. One of the complaints that people have had traditionally about the Administrator General's department is sort of the length of time that it takes to complete the process. Now, we know that a lot of times this has to do with inadequate documentation and so on. How has the AGD been doing in terms of that? Has there been a reduction in the processing time?
We have been taking strides. One of the issues that would cause a matter to move from 1 year, say, to even 10 years is more than likely the age of the minor. The law mandates that we take care of estates where the person died intestate and there's a minor beneficiary. We have a duty to take care of and maintain this particular minor. If a child, or if there's insufficient funds in the estate to take the child from age 1, say, to age 10, we will continuously monitor and maintain this particular child. We do not, or we are not yet at liberty to merely just transfer assets to a minor or to transfer funds to a minor. So we are mandated to take the child through. What we found, though, is that once we sensitize our clients, say the mother of a beneficiary, therefore, that this matter may be with us for 10 years because of the nature of it, we find that we do get less complaints there. So public relations is one of our major aspects. Another constraint, and you mentioned it, if we are not able, for example, to confirm that child A is related to the estate, we may have to wait until the matter is resolved in that particular instance. So if we have to wait or rely on our beneficiaries to assist us in that nature, it again prolongs the matter. Sensitization, communication, public relations, we find that those aspects have been assisting us in bringing the matters to an end much quicker. We also have some constraints in relation to our dealings with external entities. Say, for example, an individual dies and they were an employee at organization A. We have to rely on organization A to provide us with the funds that may belong to that particular estate. Or we may have to rely on another entity that should be able to confirm the assets belonging to the estate. Until we have that information, we would not be in a position to move the matter forward. But identifying the constraints, we've been doing that, and trying to minimize the constraints and trying to sensitize persons are the steps we've been taking. And it has been working in some respects, but we do continue to improve and try to make the administrative process a little more or less burdensome on our beneficiaries.
Mr. Anderson, the NHF seems to have a philosophy of continuous improvement. You seem to be adding new things to boost customer service. And you now have what is it, a drop-off and pick-up system.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, well, one of the things we have focused on in terms of dealing with patient volumes and prescriptions is to reduce wait. And one of the strategies we have employed is a drop-off pickup system where you leave your prescription and we then have a pre-arrangement as to when to pick up. So these are other measures we have put in place as we look to listen to our customer and make adjustments, because as we keep saying, you will never be able to please all the customers every day, but you have to keep trying and keep having the dialogue with the customers so you can meet their needs, if not today, then in the very near future.
And generally, your waiting time is not very long at your outlets.
Yes, well, we have established waiting time standards, and I would say that we have 13 pharmacies, and 10 of them would be within that standard. There are about 3 that are not there now, but we are working closely with those pharmacies to ensure that waiting time is reduced over time. But what we have done during waits is also promote patient education through our digital signage network, which really shows videos and education tips on health during waits and communicate with our clients during these waits.
What are some of the initiatives that will be forthcoming for next year and so on?
Yes, well, in terms of pharmacy, we are committed to build one-on-one relationships with our customers and discussing with them how best we can meet your needs. So in the new fiscal year, we'll be rolling out some new models of pharmacy delivery, which will reduce waits and improve our client satisfaction. In addition, as you know, Ian, we're heavy into health promotion, so that has to be a priority as we move forward. In fact, this year we would have launched our mobile screening unit, which would help to diagnose illnesses early. And last year we would have seen about 80,000 screenings being done.
80,000?
And we intend to improve on that number, because health for all cannot be achieved without good preventative practice in terms of healthcare.
Finally, Mrs. Basco, how has technology helped you to improve customer service at the Administrator General's Department?
Because we're a single location entity, we have to rely on the communication systems such as the email, the website. Some of our beneficiaries are in the diaspora, so we have to rely on communication through email in most instances. What we have been implementing, or we seek to implement, is a trust and estate management system also. That will automate our processes and also allow us to offer some of our services via online network. So we are moving towards that to assist us with better communication and to also offer some more services via online.
Thank you very much. We've been focusing on the improvements in customer service among public sector entities, and we have today the winners, the persons who emerged overall winners in the recent public sector customer service competition, the Administrator General's Department as the best customer service entity with a single location, and the National Health Fund as the best customer service entity with multiple locations. Improvements are taking place in the public sector, and this is a place to watch, to be tuned in to know what is going on. Next week I'll be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.
Employers, tired of waiting in long lines at the tax office? Wait no further. Government is making it easier for you to pay taxes. As of January 1, 2015, file your employer's annual returns online. No lines, no hassle. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ will be implementing the mandatory electronic filing of all employers' annual returns. So get with the program and save time and energy. For more information, call 1-888-TAX-HELP. That's 1-888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm.
If you're a property owner or intend to purchase a parcel of land, then you should know the National Land Agency. The entity provides critical information on land location as well as the title owner for a property. Next, check out the work of this important public body.
The National Land Agency, NLA, established as an executive agency in 2001, is the modern national land management entity geared towards supporting sustainable development. The NLA is a merger of the land titles, surveys and mapping, land valuation, and estate management functions. Now divisions, these four represent the core products and services offered by the agency. With the use of technology, the NLA has been able to link related functions across divisions. This was done using a software known as Momentum Registry Solutions, ARS. Prior to ARS, this had to be done manually. The software was provided by multinational mass media and information firm Thomson Reuters.
Some of the gaps that the agency identified and which the Momentum Land Registry System assisted with is moving from a manual system where everything was paper-based to this electronic system. Hence the whole benefits of working quicker, working smarter, working more effectively, and therefore ultimately, reducing your turnaround times to your customers.
Like everything else, always the personnel was very, very willing and able and helpful. But the personnel was only able to work in accordance with the system. So what now can be done in 2 days or 3 days or 24 hours used to take 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 4 weeks. The system works, and a lot of money has been spent, a lot of training and a lot of effort, and the benefits are self-apparent.
As an information technology company, we have effectively a global platform, and it's a global technology platform that can be deployed around the world. But what's critical is that it's localized. And so we partner with our customers like Jamaica to really understand the local capabilities and the local workflows and the local rule of law to ensure that the technology is configured and deployed to be effective in the local operating environment.
Through this collaboration, the NLA was able to improve the level of service to the public through computerization and online access and the creation of a one-stop shopping outlet. With the integration of Geographic Information System GIS capabilities, the system has also facilitated the implementation of an online portal which hosts 2 key services: iMap Jamaica, through which persons can view land parcel information, and eLand Jamaica, which allows persons to access copies of various land-related documents globally at their convenience. The main service areas that have now been enhanced through the Momentum Registry Solutions Land Registration System are the Land Registration System, the Document Scanning System, and the Estate Management System.
The Momentum Registry Solution, formerly called the Land Registration System, is the foundation of what we do here. Since its implementation in 2003, is a platform on which we process all transactions that come into this office. When you think of the ARS, the best analogy is that of an assembly line. It goes through various stages from the inception when the customer submits it here to completion when we return either a rejection notice or the title is properly endorsed with the transaction and returned to the customer. There are 5 main stages. The first is the assessment stage, which all transactions go through. Our officers will select the transaction type. The system generates a transaction number that is unique to that transaction. The secondary stage is the data entry stage. Now, at this stage in the process, it splits into one of 3 main sections of the land titles division. Now, once the transactions are split into one of these 3 sections and they are properly data entered on the system, it then moves on to the third stage, which is the signing stage. Here, the attorneys will ensure that each document or transaction meet the legal and procedural requirements of the Registration of Titles Act, and they will then sign the endorsement.
After the signing is done, it's on to printing, and then the land titles are dispatched.
There have been some innovations introduced, in particular an expeditious transfer system. So essentially any transaction for payments of a modest fee, you can have a turnaround within 24 hours. With respect to subdivision applications, for a relatively modest fee, you can have titles in 20 days and sometimes a lot shorter than that. And that's down from about 3 months, which it took before.
The Document Scanning and Archives Unit is an integral part of the Aumentum Registry, as this is the era where documents are digitized.
Once we digitize our documents have been made available to our customers, and from that we've been able to create new products and services. So for example, we have Eland Jamaica, in which all of our title documents, valuation rule documents, instruments and other documents are available online, and our customers can, at their own convenience, go on Eland Jamaica and get a copy of their title, for argument's sake, or a copy of the valuation rule information.
The EMS is one which would automate all our operations, all our activities that we do here, which is activities involving the Estate Management Division and the Corporate Legal Services Division. It's a workflow-based application, and it involves 42 workflows and 60 transactions. What the system allows for all the properties that we have inspected, we're now putting them into that inventory.
Efficient, user-friendly, professional. What I'm very impressed with is that if there is a query, you're able to go to the land agency and you can correct that without even leaving the office.
We have taken a lot of traffic out of our offices because of these services. Our iMap is an interactive map. You can get the street number, the street address, the valuation number, the title reference number, and if you need to see a copy of the valuation rule or the title, you can actually go to Eland Jamaica.
It's an on-spot facility. If you have a client who is sitting before you and you need to access the title, the records, to see if a caveat is on, who lodged the caveat, you can access it immediately. Anything you want on the title is readily available to you.
Since the implementation of the Aumentum Registry Solutions land registration system, NLA has reaped huge rewards. Turnaround time has been reduced by up to 70% in some cases, and there is now a more efficient document retrieval system.
The prospects are very encouraging because, for instance, last year they were able to produce just under 9,000 titles, and that is really a good performance if you were to measure it in percentage terms. This year is about 15% better than last year.
I think for the staff, it made it a little bit easier for them to do their work because we had a lot of the data online, so they were able to pull a lot of that data. Also, the turnaround times for the customers, you're going from weeks down to days. And so that is a benefit for any customer, because once you have a turnaround time reduction, it means things like interest rates on outstanding loans are reduced.
Since the implementation of the system, not only has there been acknowledgement from customers for NLA's improvement in services, but the agency has also received several prestigious awards. In 2013, the agency was awarded the prize for the most improved customer service entity, and in 2011, they received the most creative and most innovative agency award. In 2009, they were awarded the Prime Minister's Trophy for the best customer service agency and shared the award for the best executive agency. Also in 2004, the NLA was awarded a special achievement in GIS by the Environmental Systems Research Institute's International User Conference. The most recent accomplishment is the Thomson Reuters Public Sector Champion Award.
The Public Sector Award is an annual award where we invite customers to nominate other customers or themselves that they believe warrant recognition for the work they've done. There are a number of categories, including business transformation. So in the case of the National Land Agency, the facts around reducing processing time from weeks to days is truly remarkable and impressed the nominating committee.
The ARS has significantly improved the operational efficiencies and the customer service needs offered by the NLA, and the agency now stands as a pioneering entity operating as a one-stop shop for land services in Jamaica.
This administration has pledged to develop what is called an ownership society. And in that phrase, what we want to do is to involve those who are not titled, because about 50% of the country is not titled.
This objective is fast becoming a reality due to the technological improvements of the services offered by the NLA through the implementation of the Aumentum Registry Solutions land registration system.
Don't make diseases spread. Wash your hands with soap and water instead. Wash them regular or use a hand sanitizer. Make sure the germs them dead. Touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose. Wash your hands before you do things like those. After you use the bathroom before preparing food, come on, wash your hand them clean.
The Scientific Research Council is spearheading a series of events in observance of National Science and Technology Month, which is being observed throughout November under the theme Science and Technology, Driving Youth Development. A major highlight of the month's activities is the staging of the 21st Annual Conference and Exposition on Science and Technology at the Hilton Kingston Hotel from November 20 to 22. The three-day conference and exposition will seek to examine how the country's utilization of science and technology can impact the development of the nation's youth. Locally and internationally acclaimed scientists and technologists, representatives from public and private sectors and industry leaders will make presentations and demonstrate how science and technology can be used as a powerful economic tool. Come Monday, the Council will be hosting an open house at its Old Hope Road headquarters from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The day will offer an opportunity for the scientific community to interact with students and the general public. For more on science and technology, contact the Scientific Research Council at 927-177124, 977-2193 or 5, or 977-1110. As we close the pages, we leave you with this thought. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Words of businessman Henry Ford. I'm Adrian Atkinson signing off for Jamaica Magazine. For detailed information on public sector entities such as portfolio ministries, click on our website, jis.gov.jm. We're also on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, so log on and stay in the know. Until then, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Walk good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.